Publicis' Maurice Levy, despite leaving the CEO's position, is still a part of the company. He is the chairman of the supervisory board, which represents the interests of the founding family. In our last interview with him, he spoke about his retirement and his vision for India in the coming 2 years.
Now you announced that you're going to retire in May 2017. Now tell me, between now and May 2017, what would you like to see change here, especially in India, specific to India?
First, India has already changed quite markedly if you compare to my last trip, which was in December 2013. There is a lot of things which has changed, and growth is back. So what I would like to see changing is a bit less of red tape. It is really one of the diseases of India, which is holding India back. And if you could be less bureaucratic, this would work beautifully. Infrastructure is something on which India needs to invest. It is abnormal to be locked in traffic jam. And if you look at the country, there is so many assets that you have that if you can sustain that kind of growth, invest in housing, you will have a lot of millions of people, 100 million of people out of poverty and taken to middle class. And that would be the dream I would like to see happening, because you are investing in education, you are investing in many areas. So if you do these 2 or 3 things, India would be a magnificent country.
Hello and welcome to a special episode of Storyboard. A couple of years ago, I interviewed Maurice Levy when he came to India, and I badgered him on when he would retire. And he told me he would do so in May 2017. It's not May 2017, it's now June 2017, but Maurice has more or less kept his word. And today we have an exclusive conversation with Maurice's successor. It's a fantastic conversation, and with every sort of sign that I see, he's very much Maurice. Arthur, thank you so much for talking to us.
Thanks to you, and bonjour.
So to begin with, where is the traditional agency business headed?
And if you want to understand the traditional business of our industry, you need to understand where our client sits at the moment. And wherever you are in the world, maybe a bit less in India, but still, they are facing the same problem. Low growth, need for efficiencies, and a huge problem of brand trust.
Right.
And all of them need to transform their marketing and their business model in order to perform again.
Right.
And so our industry now is looking for the best way to be their partner in their transformation. And I want to believe that as Publicis, we have a unique positioning to do it.
Now, part of the problem definition is companies are looking for lower costs everywhere, whatever cost head. And then there's pressure from procurement on the old agency business. How do you deal with that?
I think that if we think that this is going to stop, we are fool.
Right.
It will continue. The pressure on cost is coming for a lot of reasons, and we have to take it as a given. The big question then becomes, how can we raise sales and make sure that we increase the top line while taking into account the fact that they need to find this kind of efficiencies? And here again, I think that technology and the way we can transform marketing on one side and transform the business model of our client on the other, and do that in an interconnected way, is the best way for our industry to continue to have a value.
Right. Interconnected brings up power of one. You're speaking about power of one. You're also speaking about the need for speed. You're saying speed is going to be one of the most important facets of this business in the future. So, aren't these two in contradiction to each other?
No, they are not. I mean, power of one and speed are not in contradiction.
Right.
Maybe I'll spend a second on the
Sure.
power of one, because it's a very important
take 2
notion.
minutes.
What is important to note today is that the brand is the experience, and the experience is a brand. Any consumer experience is what defines the way we need to work with our clients. So you can't afford to work in silos anymore. You need to make sure that creative, media, and technology work together. And this is what we have done with the power of one. We have erased all our silos to make sure that we can come with an end-to-end solution to each of our clients. Speed is actually a way of accelerating this process, and this is what I'm trying to bring. We know that the power of one is the right formula for our clients, and it's starting to get momentum. Then the question becomes, how can we scale it fast in order, here again, to address the challenge of our clients.
But almost like we keep talking about the example of a large ship, to turn it takes time and so on. So that's how I visualize part of one. It takes time to turn or navigate. So how are you seeing that differently? Why are you saying you will be fast when my view is it, by definition, it perhaps can't be fast?
First of all, it will take time. I'm not saying the opposite. You need to go fast if you want to accelerate, and this is exactly what we're going to do, but it will take time. My feeling on that is very simple. If we want to transform Publicis, we need to transform the relationship we're having with our clients. And we need to make sure that we bring them big ideas that are fostered by the alchemy of creativity, technology, and media. And to do that, wherever we transform the relationship with one client, we are adding and accelerating the transformation of our own group. i.e., it's by transforming the relationship that we will transform our group.
Right. One of the words you've been using frequently is technology. You keep saying technology, and now just explain to me why technology is just not a word you're throwing around, how we're going to see it manifest in Publicis Groupe of the future.
I mean, first of all, I think that technology, yes, we use a lot the word, but if there is one communication group in the world that has been really investing seriously in technology, it is Publicis Groupe. It was true with Digitas, with Razorfish, with Rosetta, and it's even truer now with Sapiens. Why is technology so important? That at the end of the day, it is through the alchemy of creativity and technology that we can bring the level of transformation our clients are looking for. It is by making sure that through data and through platform, we're bringing big ideas that will be right and working for each of our clients, that they will actually bring value to the consumer journey. And it is through our technological expertise that we will digitally transform their business model.
Yeah, all this has a cost. And we spoke right at the beginning of this interview how there's a pressure on costs from the client side. So how do you reconcile, now for example, when you're talking technology, digital, social, and so on, they all have new talent, new costs, new skill sets on the people front. So how do you reconcile your increased cost with a client who is not willing to pay more?
I mean, the question there is how big is the pie?
Right.
And how can we make sure that we not just give them more for less, but to actually partner in their overall transformation instead of being only a communication partner. And so obviously on our core business, we will have to reduce our fees and find a way to be more efficient.
Right.
But then we can increase our relationship and make sure that the service we're bringing is more integrated, i.e. with a scale that is bigger than the one we are used to have.
Right. So now define for me, you use the phrase core business. What is the core business?
Our core business?
What is it today? And tell me what the core business will be 5 years from now.
I mean, the way I see Publicis is that we have to stand for one thing, which is transformation.
Right.
It is a word that is very used, but if you look at what we have in terms of asset and talent, we are the only group in the world that can really stand for the transformation of our clients. Why? You won't find another company in the world that is credible at scale, on one side the CMO and the other the CIO. We are the only company that could work with both credibly and actually bring the right level of transformation to their company thanks to creativity and technology.
Right.
This is what makes us unique, and this is what I think will make the difference in the year to come.
Right. Now, while we talk about technology, we can't not talk about Facebook and Google. So what is your relationship with Facebook and Google? Is it friends, is it enemies, a mixture, or nothing, something new that you want to create?
No, they are both, actually. They are both, and this is the problem of our world, is that, our direct competition, which are the holding company, are sometimes indirect and sometimes direct competition, like management, consulting, or IT, are at the same time competitors and sometimes partners. And it's true for Facebook or Google. They are great partners in a lot of ways, and there is a lot of things we should do with them, but at the same time, they are having a kind of thought leadership on our client that could be competitive with what we bring. They can go to our talent as we do, and we know that the war for talent is obviously key. So we have to find this new way of working in this new world that you can be sometimes partners, sometimes competitors. As long as it is in the interest of the client, it's fine.